This video will provide instructions about how to power down the primary transmitter and rack 2 on the right, the BEXT FM exciter 87.5 to 108 megahertz. First thing you want to do if you want to transfer from transmitter 2 to transmitter 1, the crown unit over here, would be to turn the power off on the front panel. The on light that's blinking should no longer illuminate. Now we'll go to the back side of the rack. Once the power is off, then you can remove the RF output connector shown here in the center, and you could relocate that either to the RF output here on transmitter 2 if you want to continue to use amplifier 2 on the front right side, or if you want to choose to use the other power amplifier, leave this connection here as it is, RF output, which goes down here, circles around to power amplifier 2. You'll also want to disconnect the MPX or multiplex audio input, which is a BNC connector. The RF output is also a BNC. You don't have to take out the end male. Transfer that multiplex connector there over here to the composite in. It's labeled. It's just to the right of those 3 BNC connectors is a third one, and that's where the composite in is located. Now you've pretty much taken care of all the connections back here. Once you decide if you want to continue to use power amplifier 2 or move to over here to power amplifier 1. And if you choose to change power amplifiers, you'll need to move the power cord and the RF output jack, the coax here. So the suggestion is if the power amplifier still works, continue to use that and just transfer the RF output to this jack here. Take it off the one to amplifier 1. Now we'll move back to the front. Oh, before we do that, on the rear panel, on the lower right side, you'll see this switch here. It's normally down. That's the circuit breaker that powers down the internal power supply. We'll move that up, which will energize the power supply. Then we'll come around to the front, and to turn the unit on, over here on the right hand side, press in or I on the power switch, and you'll see the display illuminate, lights blinking. And what you want to do then is you want to take this meter here, the digital meter, you want to read the RF power. So just press down one time here, it'll go up to the RF power meter. And I won't do this because the antenna is not connected, or the for the output, but this carrier rocker switch here, you'll want to press that to I or in to energize the transmitter, and that's about the last step you'll have to take to bringing this transmitter online. Now the power display here should be about 17 watts, which is what you see here, very close to 17 watts. And if you need to adjust it, you can do it here with this rotary potentiometer. Get a very small blade screwdriver, insert it there in line with the arrow, and rotate it very slowly, counterclockwise to reduce, clockwise to increase the power out, which you'll see here on this display. I'm not going to turn the carrier on because we don't have an antenna connected. You should then be good to go. You can also monitor the SWR, the standing wave ratio, by just pressing this down one time and then up. Back up there, RF power. That completes the transfer from the normal primary transmitter 2 to the backup or transmitter 1, which is the Crown Broadcasting FM 250 broadcast transmitter.